Seton Hall right now playing a full court press, but Georgetown was able to get it across the court as Deanna White right now tries to size up Nicole Jimenez, and she is able to draw the foul by Nicole Jimenez.
White is undersized, so when she gets to the lane, she has to be very crafty and contort her body, and she did just that to avoid her shot being blocked.
Deanna White right now at the line, a 71.8% free throw shooter, so she's pretty good at the free throw line, trying to see if she can get 2 for 2 here. Sinks the first one, nothing but net. 29-21 to score with 3:36 left to go in the first half. She goes to her free throw motion and sinks the second one, score with Seton Hall on the ball, 29-22 with 3:35 left. Enya Bettina right now guarded by Brianna Jones. Still, she passes it to Shadeen Samuels. Shadeen Samuels at the wing. Passes it to Desiree Elmore with a little pump fake as she drives in. Kicks out to Selena Faloxi. Selena Faloxi misses her first shot, but gets the and one layup right there. 31-22 to score with 3:17 left to go, pending these free throws.
Faloxi is a rebounding machine. One game, she had 21 rebounds already with just 3 minutes to go in the first half. She has secured 9 boards. She is a factor inside, and with her and Elmore on the floor together, Georgetown is supremely undersized.
Selena Faloxi trying to convert the and one opportunity here, but she misses the layup, rebounded by Georgetown as Deanna White is able to runs up the court. Tries to get into the paint, but was able to get double teamed by the Pirates. But the foul called there on Nicole Jimenez. That will be her second foul and the team's 5th personal foul in the quarter.
Jimenez disagrees with that call, but White was trying to circle back, and that little bump that Jimenez gave White is why the referee called the foul there.
Georgetown right now in the bonus as Deanna White sinks her first free throw, 31-23 to score with 3:10 pending the second free throw.
And Deanna White shoots 72% from the line. She is a factor at the charity stripe.
And she makes the second free throw, 31-24 to score with a little over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Enya Bettina right now with the ball at the top of the wing. Passes it to Selena Faloxi on the wing, who passes it to the rest of Elmore at the top of the key near the free throw line. Passes it across court to Nicole Jimenez. And Nicole Jimenez tries to pass it in to Shadeen Samuels, but she gets fouled by number 3, Morgan Smith, the 6-foot junior from Maryland.
And Morgan Smith fell behind Shadeen Samuels on that play and had no other choice but to swat at Samuels' wrist to try to make a play to prevent a basket.
Enya Bettina with the inbounds pass, passes it to Shadeen Samuels at the block, who passes it to Enya Bettina at the corner, who passes it back to Shadeen Samuels. And Desiree Elmore gets the ball, but she gets her shot swatted away by Dorothy Odemako, who is 3rd in the Big East in block shots.
And Georgetown lucked out that the Adamako was in the right place.
Enya Bettina inbounds the ball to Nicole Jimenez, and Nicole Jimenez tries to look for Shadeen Samuels, but the ball gets tipped away by Morgan Smith. And Seton Hall right now with 20 seconds left on the shot clock, trying to get some offense.
And Morgan Smith is draped all over Shadeen Samuels right now.
Enya Bettina with the light pass. Shadeen Samuels who passes it back to Bettina. Bettina with the mid-range a little bit too right and is offline. Rebounded by Georgetown as Deanna White dribbles up the court. She crosses it inbounds, passes it to Morgan Smith, and Morgan Smith is called for the travel, and it's Seton Hall ball.
Morgan Smith, when she was catching that pass, it was not a direct pass to her, so she kind of had to move out of the way to avoid it being hit off Faloxi, but she stepped before dribbling.
Nicole Jimenez passes it to Shadeen Samuels at the top of the key, passes it back to Enya Bettina. Enya Bettina tries to pass it to Nicole Jimenez, but it was swatted away by Deanna White, but it is Seton Hall's ball in the front court. The score being 31-24 with 2:18 left to go in the first half.
Seton Hall has to be careful swinging these passes out at a great distance because the guards of Georgetown will swat them away.
Nicole Jimenez inbounds the pass to Enya Bettina. Enya Bettina looking for the screen by Selena Faloxi. She gets the screen. Was able to get the switch, but she passes it to Desiree Elmore, who passes it to Faloxi, who passes it to Jimenez, and Jimenez gets the buzzer, the shot clock beater 3 in the wing, and the score now 34-24 with 1:52 left to go in the second quarter.
An amazing sequence there, and it was all set up by a ball fake by Desiree Elmore, which set up that three-pointer for Jimenez.
Brianna Jones passes it to Tatiana Thompson, who hits the three, but misses it, and it is out of bounds, and it is Seton Hall's ball as they have the largest lead of the day.
And Seton Hall's taking over there. They have 19 rebounds in comparison to Georgetown's 15.
Shadeen Samuels with the ball, passes it to Nicole Jimenez. Nicole Jimenez drives in with a nice little up and under, misses it, and rebounded by Odamako. Odamako trying to run a little fast break, passes it out to Thompson, and Thompson is called for the travel, and it is Seton Hall's ball as KK Hilaire checks in for Nicole Jimenez.
Back here at the Garden, Jose Feliciano and Wilnir Lewis. Just no defense. That's it. And the offense just has not been able to take care of the ball. Right now, St. John's shooting 7 for 10, a 15-point lead in the first 5 minutes here at the Garden right now. Wilnir, what is going on with Seton Hall?
I mean, my goodness, St. John's they're on a mission right now. They wouldn't have known that they lost to Providence just a couple of days ago. St. John's hit their first 5 shots, and like you said, 70% on the floor, 3 for 4 from behind the arc. Seton Hall just not matching up with St. John's whatsoever, and offensively, Seton Hall not finding themselves. 4 early turnovers, and this is a team that in non-conference play, they prided themselves by not turning the ball over, but St. John's a good team at forcing turnovers, and St. John's just having their number with Seton Hall so far.
4 turnovers by the Pirates and 3 steals for Shamari Pons, the man who leads the Big East in steals per game with 2.6, as he's also one of the best in the nation when it comes to that. Michael Enzi's at the free throw right now as he hits his first. Pirates now cut a bit into the big deficit right now. Enzi has always been a not-so-good free throw shooter, but has a big increased number here in Big East play as he does hit the second. 17-4, 15-17 left here in the first half. Pons going to bounce it off to Justin Simon as Simon walks over the timeline. Simon now goes off to Figueroa at the right wing. He's guarded by Miles Kale. Now to the corner with it is Justin Simon, guarded by Quincy McKnight. Bounce pass back to the right wing. Now it's Shamari Pons with it. Shamari Pons going to pull up in the face of Miles Kale, but his shot is short, and it bounces back to Kale. Kale going to bring it the other way for the Pirates. Kale now going to drive as he loses that ball. As that one, there was a foul on the play, so Kale going to go to the line for 2.
Seton Hall doing a good job defensively slowing down St. John's again. St. John's wasted most of their shot clock on that possession, and Shamari Pons missed a shot, and Miles Kale able to take it coast to coast and draw the foul.
I like to see the aggressiveness from Miles Kale there. That ball was just swatted down from him, but clearly a foul as his free throw too strong off the iron and bounces right back to Kale in the air. Kale has been a big piece for the Pirates. Back-to-back 20-point games. He's on fire recently as he's averaging 19 points a game in his last 3. He hits the second free throw here. It's 17-5 in favor of the Red Storm with 14:46 left here in the first half. Shamari Pons over the timeline now as holding now going to be guarded by McKnight as he's going to get a screen from Clark. Clark going to pull up for 3 once again, and he can't miss right now, folks. Three-pointers from Marvin Clark. It's 20-5 in favor of the Red Storm as Mamukelashvili has it. Not over the timeline yet, but after giving it to McKnight, he gets it over. Goes off to Miles Powell. Powell double team at the top of the key. Goes back to Quincy McKnight. McKnight going to get a screen from Enzi. McKnight now going to try to drive into the paint, holding the ball there as he's going to be called for a travel. As again, another turnover from the Pirates. So far, St. John's has 6 points off of turnovers. They're one of the best teams in the nation when it comes to taking advantage of teams turning the ball over and getting points off of it. So Seton Hall going to have to avoid that today, Wilnir.
It seemed like defensively and offensively, Seton Hall is just having a lot of miscommunication. On that bucket that St. John scored, there was miscommunication between McKnight and Mamukelashvili, and offensively there was miscommunication too.
Alley-oop pass didn't go for St. John's, but there was a whistle on the play. St. John's really trying to bring the house down here at the Garden.
Yeah, that was the newly checked-in C.D. Keita, who did not play against Seton Hall the first time due to right knee surgery, but now coming into the game and trying to dunk on somebody.
Going to be an inbound pass from Simon as it goes right into Clark, and Clark once again in the paint. He's got 11 points now. It's 22-5 at the Garden. 13:45 left here in the first half. Quincy McKnight has it now. He's at the center court logo. Goes to Kale. Goes right back to McKnight. McKnight going to get a screen from Michael Enzi. McKnight going to go around the left elbow. Could have gone for a lane, but he's got nowhere to go. He loses it. It's stolen by St. John's. As now it's going to be Simon. Simon now going to go outside to the left wing to Figueroa for a long three, but it goes in and out. And there was a foul before the shot, it looked like, against the Pirates, so it's going to stay with St. John's.
Seton Hall without a field goal in the last 5 minutes. He only made one in this game so far. Only shot 4, and St. John's started the game in a 2-3 zone, but they moved to man now, and it's just frustrating Seton Hall offensively so far. Forget that short break. We are right back here on WSU.net. Bailey Allender to lead off this bottom of the 8th. 1-1 is still the score. And Seton Hall with another opportunity to walk off in front of their lovely home fans. Alyssa Graves still in the game for the Butler Bulldogs, and her first pitch of the bottom of the 8th is a ball. A little bit too low. 1 ball and no strikes is the count. Bailey Allender with a foul ball right over the net and hitting the dugout of the Butler Bulldogs, but it's a closed dugout, so it is all good. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count for Bailey Allender.
Bailey Allender has timed Alyssa Graves very well, especially with how I'm sure tired Alyssa Graves is at this point. Allender's definitely used to her pitching.
Alyssa Graves right now with the pitch. A little bit too outside, and now 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Bailey Allender right now ahead of the pitching count. Again, in this game, she was striked out, grounded out, and was able to get a walk in the 6th. And this one, she gets a hit, and it is over the fence. That will do it here for Mike Shepard Arena. Bailey Allender with a walk-off solo home run for the Seton Hall team. And just like that, Seton Hall sweeps the Saturday doubleheader here at Mike Shepard Field.
Not a bad way to hit your second home run in a doubleheader and have it be a walk-off, Wilnir. When all the pressure in the world was on your team, you had to make sure that you were able to score, so it was less pressure on your pitching staff, and Bailey Allender stepped up to the moment.
Bailey Allender said, I don't want more extra innings. Let's go home and go home. She did. 2-1 is the final score here at Seton Hall University. For Wilnir Lewis and Michael Daly on today's broadcast. Thank you for listening to WSU.net, and tune in tomorrow for the rematch between the Seton Hall Pirates and the Butler Bulldogs. All set it up now, 20-18. Again, the score in set number 4. As we have a quick substitution here for the Pirates. Svelbar and Turner return for the Hall here as Providence 5 points away from taking this to set number 5. Hall only 2 points down right now. Served there by Emma Fink, but was able to get control by the Hall. And a strong spike there by Gasser, as she looked like she had about 5 seconds of hang time there getting that kill.
Gasser doing a nice job of elevating above the net and finding an open space to spike it.
Soltong getting ready to serve. She got subbed in alongside Thielen. 20-19, the Friars are up right now as Soltong serves and gets it over the net. Was able to get controlled by the Friars. A nice little play there as number 7, Imperlizzi, looked like she was looking one way but was able to set it back another way, and the Pirates had no answer for that one.
A nice deke on that attack there by Impelazeri.
Alderson serving for the Friars. 21-19 is the score here. And a strong hit there, but a great save by Alderson. A block battle at the front, and Abby Thielen wins that battle there. 21-20 is the score now in set number 4. Both teams trying to eye the victory in this set.
And Wilnir, 21-20. The margin for error is razor thin.
No team can really afford to mess up right here as the Friars messed up, get the hit out of bounds, and now we're all knotted up at 21 in set number 4, and a timeout on Providence side called here as, again, no team really able to get control of the lead. A lot of back and forth action here in set number 4. Abby Thielen, the only player for the Hall with double-digit kills at 18. Caitlin Koska trying to eye a double-digit kills with 9. And Haley Gasser also trying to eye double digits with 9 for the Hall. As for the Friars, they have 2 double-digit kills. Addison Root and Allison Imperlizzi, 14 and 13 respectively. Sarah Danliak with 7 and Janae Alderson with 6. So, a very pivotal set here for both teams as, again, Providence is down 2-1. The Hall trying to get that third set and trying to walk out here victorious. Like you said, the margin of error is razor thin.
And I think that timeout came at the right time. Seton Hall's playing at a very high, up-tempo, fast pace, so that timeout definitely should slow things down for the Providence Friars.
Providence Friars coming off a 1-1 weekend. They defeated DePaul last Friday 3-0, but they lost to number 18 Marquette on Saturday in straight sets. Over the weekend, Addison Root led the team in kills in both matches. Mackenzie Taylor led the team in digs in both matches, while Lindsay Shielbull led Providence in blocks both matches. As we return to action, great serve there by the Hall. Little back and forth action there as number 15 Emily Turner gets it over, and Providence gets the point there, 22-21, as they were able to get the whole of the Pirates defense.
A beautiful backwards finesse move there up front, and Seton Hall could not answer in time.
Katie McClinion, the 5'5 freshman, getting ready to serve. Katie McKeelan getting ready to serve for the Friars. Gets it nice and over, but Sotung seemed like she kind of took that dig from Dolezal, stepping in front of her, but was unable to control it, and now 23-21 is the score in set number 4.
And Seton Hall had to call that timeout there, as they can't afford, to allow the Friars to continue this contest. And they really, like you mentioned, Wilden, they really need to start working defensively on their communication skills.
Need to work defensively, because that point, it seemed like Dolezal had the dig ready to go, but Sotung just stepped in front of her and kind of mishandled it there, giving the Friars a 2-point lead in set number 4. And like you said before, there is no room for error right now, and that error possibly could have cost them this set. Again, the Pirates are only down 2 points, so not that big of a problem, but 23-21 the score right now, and Providence leads. So you wonder what's getting said there. Yeager not really the one speaking. It's more the assistant head coach, Simone Askey, is the one speaking right now to their team, while over here on Providence seems kind of happy. They have the 2-point lead here as both teams break their huddle and gets ready to return to action. 23-21 the score in set number 4 as Katie McClinion gets ready to serve for the Friars, trying to see if she could get these 2 points right now without letting the Hall get back the ball. But Abby Thielen says that's not going to happen at all. As long as I'm on the court, I'm going to make my impact known. Kill number 19 for her, as now the Friars only lead 23-21. to 22.
And Wilnir, right now, Seton Hall, they're very patient and calm, which is exactly how they have to be.
Coffee getting ready to serve for the Hall. She runs up and gets the serve over. And error there. Handling error by Janae Alderson. And now we're all knotted up at 23 here in set number 4. Well, I think it's time for us to go to the callers. I see the first one right there. Line 1, Dave from Maplewood. Dave, a great win by Seton Hall. Am I right?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Wilnir, what a soft question to win a piece of pizza in Parlin, New Jersey. I had a better question. You ready for this question? What 2 Seton Hall players went 14 for 14 from the free throw line last game and this game combined?
Oh, man.
And that's, Wilnir, you get that one. And I'll take you out to dinner. But anyway, and I'll tell you after the end of the call, let me just say, enough joking for now. What a wonderful victory. Defense was phenomenal, although scary. They got 47 points in the second half. We held them off. Defense when it was needed. We played wonderful defense in that first half, and then we held on. But what a wonderful balanced attack. And like you said, Roden, there's a clue there. There's a clue there. There's a clue there. Roden, what a ball game he had. What a game. Balanced attack. I think the best thing that happened, thank God McKnight fouled out. He was getting a little nutty there toward the end.
Yeah, that last foul was
what
bad.
A phenomenal game. Villanova, fantastic week for us. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? I'm going to give you the answer to the question. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Enzi, 8 for 8. Roden, 6 for 6 for a total 14 for 14 last 2 games. You can still go out to dinner with me. But anyway, wonderful game, wonderful coaching. Let's not undersell Willard. Just some great substitutions, fantastic rotations, excellent game. I will let other callers call, and I'll see you at dinner.
Thank you so much, Dave, for that call. I wonder what we're going to eat for dinner, but Dave brought up a lot of good points. And I think the coaching, Kevin Willard had one of his best coaching games today. Just the way that he's been able to rotate, the way that he was calling plays offensively and just defensively, the pressure that they were putting on Villanova really helped them get this victory.
Partner, let me just start off by saying you have to budget some time in your busy schedule because the one, the only Dave from Maplewood is taking you out to dinner. You cannot pass him up on that offer. But getting into what Dave hit on with Coach Willard, he was not out-coached today. In that game on January 27th, you can make the argument that he was most certainly out-coached, but he made the proper adjustments. He put in the guys on the floor who he knew were going to step up. In his senior day, Michael Enzi, he did not have a stellar performance, but he was consistent nonetheless. 10 points, 3 rebounds. He was solid. 4 of 4 at the line, as Dave alluded to, which is why Wilnir is going to dinner with him. But Seton Hall was consistent, and consistency is key when you're playing a well-rounded team like Villanova.
Yeah, and just the way that everybody's been playing, like you said, the consistency has just been exceptionally well. But I still want to hear what these callers have to say. Let's go on to line 2. Jack from South Orange and the likelihood about the tournament. Jack, how are you doing today?
Jack?
I'm good. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I just want to say that the refs were trash. Let's go dancing.
Well,
short but sweet.
Yeah, I think. Thank you, Jack, for the call in. I mean, yeah, Michael. When we were watching the game, there was a couple of calls that kind of went one-sided with the referees. I believe there was early on in the second half, there was a blocking foul, and then there was a charge that was called against Seton Hall. So there was definitely a lot of calls that went against Villanova's way in the beginning of the second half, but the one thing that Seton Hall was able to do was, not let the refs decide the game.
We're not here to bash refs. That's not what we do. They have a really tough job. They honestly do. The reason why I wouldn't necessarily criticize them is because if you want to talk about foul calls, it was pretty evenly distributed. Villanova was charged with 21 fouls on the game. Conversely, Seton Hall had 19 fouls. So it's not like it was really as one-sided as that last caller made it seem. But yes, there were a few calls in the beginning of the second half that probably shouldn't have gone Seton Hall's way or against Seton Hall, and it did. But nonetheless, Seton Hall came out with the victory, so I think it's better to be positive and maybe not nag on the refs for calls they missed.
And then, like he said at the end, let's go dancing. Seton Hall beating 2 top 25 teams, not only just in conference play, but in the same week. They beat Marquette on Wednesday, came right back home, and then beat Villanova on Saturday. I think that those 2 wins, again, like Miles Powell said, you needed 2 out of the 4. They didn't get the first 2, but they got the better last 2. And I don't think anybody really thought that Seton Hall was going to get both of those games, but they did.
Let's be honest. They should have won in that double overtime game against Georgetown, but they fell. That game is what it is. But coming into that Wednesday game, everyone thought, oh, you're going up against Marcus Howard. Well, they shut Marcus Howard down. Now, Sam Hauser did put up 25 points, 9 rebounds on the Pirates, but nonetheless, they pulled back and were able to come back and beat the 16th ranked Marquette. And then they came back today and beat the 23rd ranked Villanova Wildcats. You talk about bolstering your resume. They beat number 9 Kentucky on December 8th. Obviously, number 16 Marquette they defeated last Wednesday, and then 23. That is one heck of a resume. And then add on top of that, if they're able to do at least decent in the Big East tournament, you're talking about a tournament team right here, Wilnir.
Yeah, and again, with this win, it depends on the St. John's game later today. But with this win, Seton Hall, again, they're not playing that first game. They're not playing in the 7-10 or 8-9 game. They're going to be either the 3rd or the 4th seed in the Big East tournament, and they could get one. I believe just with the way that the Big East has just been set up this year and the way that everybody's being competitive on a nightly basis, anybody could win this Big East tournament, especially the way that a couple of games where Villanova fell to teams that they seemed like they could have beat. Seton Hall now, again, beating Marquette and Villanova when people were kind of rooting against them. St. John's even performing exceptionally well, too, from here and there. So it's going to be a very, very interesting Big East tournament